Hi, this is Colette from Soul Life Loving. I'm going to address a comment that was made to me personally about why I fidget so much on camera. And this is because my hair's tickling my ear. And it's been said twice, and so I thought, oh God, I'll address it then. Because the first time I thought, I fidget. But I thought about it a little bit more, and because I did that, I thought I'm going to say something. Because when I'm talking about my spiritual life, I've never talked about my spiritual life for 66 years. I have kept it completely hidden, except for odd occasions when it's come out of me and I've tried to explain something to somebody. And I've had the look, and I've realised I've dolloped over the wrong person. So it's kind of made life a little bit lonely. On the surface, I've been able to keep up appearances of what I think they think normality is. It's not stopped my originality coming through because I am who I am, but it has left me with a duality in me all my life, and I've been called remote, distant, never fully present, and it's mainly because I've not been allowed to be myself, because when I am, people haven't got me. People that were living around me didn't get me. Some of them equated it with religion, which spirituality is not linked to religion. There's no rules with spirituality. Every individual person has their own spirituality, and they can express that any way that they want, but there's no guidelines, there's no rules. The only thing is to be of your highest good, and to do as good where you can, and to be your best self. You know, step up and be your best self. Because I've found that when people do that, they're much lovelier to know. They have more empathy and compassion and tolerance than when they're not living their highest self and they're not trying to be their best selves. But I've kept this hidden, and I can understand why they would say, you know, you're remote, or you're never fully here. When we're talking to you, there's like half of you is not here, and half of me hasn't been. Half of me has been with my guide, doing that, analysing, learning. And to be honest, when you know that side, and you know how much they think of you, it's very hard to then put your heart and soul into people who don't love you, have an agenda, and feel completely, it is their right to treat you the way that they want to treat you. Whereas my guide and the fairies and the light spirits that have helped me, they don't treat me like that. They don't. So I can understand that, and I've hidden it for such a long time, and it's only because the last couple of years that I've watched YouTube, and I've heard people talking about it, and I've watched them when they're channeling, and I know that, you know, I've watched people earn money off doing things, and they can just say anything they want, and I've watched that happen. But then I've watched the real ones, the ones that are really channeling. They're usually talking really quick because they've done it, get it out, and they're stumbling over their words because that side of it is so much faster, and language is so linear and slow, and it is really difficult. And those people, they have a compassion and an understanding of humanity that is way beyond the taking sides or having a clan or being in a group where there's a group think. These people, even though they are spiritually enhanced, they're still very, very individualistic, and who they are makes the difference. And quite a lot of us, and I include myself, have come through a lot of issues, a lot of things that were done to us, some of the cock-ups that we made in our learning curves, but they've not lost their humanity and their quest for God. They've kept that and they've enhanced it. And when I watch them, and they're really good and really still, and there's a word beginning with con, like considered, and confident. That's the word, confident and considered. But for me to talk about this stuff that I have hidden in fear for over 60 years, for me to get on camera and talk about it, and just not, it makes me squirm talking about things that could have got me a beating, could have got me ostracised, could have got me spat at on the street. All those things that have happened to me because of who I am, and I've let something slip. All that fear that was, and anger that was inflicted at me, to actually sit here and talk about it, and try and be matter-of-factly. Sometimes the things that are coming at me, they just make me squirm. I'm really uncomfortable. And my head goes, oh, Colette, if you were better, you'd be able to edit those bits out. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I want it to be as real as it was for me, as real as I can make it. Because it matters so much, my spirit life. It matters so much to me. When I look back at my first video, and I looked at it again today, and I thought, oh my God, I look really ill. I look absolutely worn out and weary and dejected, and the sadness coming off my heart chakra was huge. I looked and I thought, oh, if she was my friend, I'd be hugging her and I'd be saying, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine. You're just really tired. It's been really hard to do the learning that you've done spiritually. It's been really hard for you to go through everything you went through, just so that you can be that person that clears this dying timeline. And it's acknowledged, and you've done it, and you're exhausted and weary and sad. And I didn't want to go on camera. I didn't feel good enough to go on camera. And it made me cry for quite a long time before I went on camera, and then I cried after. But when I look at them now, and I think I've got 20 videos out, I'm a different person. I feel differently. I feel I have the right to speak about my spiritual experiences and how they affected me and how they affected others, and the things that I went through to clear this timeline, because I don't get to talk to many people spiritually, so I don't know anybody that came down to clear timelines. So I can't exchange ideas. All I can do is put my bit out. So for those of you having difficulty watching me squirming around and stumbling over my words, it's because I'm talking about something I've never talked about. I'm talking about something that used to really frighten me to talk about, and I'm sharing it in the hope that if there's anybody else out there that's like me and feels solitary, that we're fine. We're doing what we were sent here to do, and it's a gift to be able to do it. It's a pleasure and a joy, and I don't see it as a why me thing anymore when I'm weary, because I kept on going. I kept the faith and I kept on going with it, and I did it. So I'm going to scratch my ear. It's one of my sort of, I don't know, thinking things where I try and keep track. I think that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe when I get better and I'm talking better, I'll do it without squirming. But we'll see. Thank you.